and go.
Hello viewers, it's Timmy2009, and yes, I'm back with another 3 printed pony video. Now, there's going to be quite a few of these, because like, in my last video I talked about Vinyl Scratch, but now is the big one. This is only going to be Series 2, we'll look at Series 3 in the next part. I was originally going to do both Series 3 and 2 at the same time, but I thought I'd make it different and like actually talk about Series 2 first and Series 3 next, since I think Series 3 is like a bit better than this one right here. Like, I think Season 1 kicked things off pretty great. I have a lot of iconic characters like, you got Luna and Celestia, you got Starlight and Sunburst, you got Vapor Trail, you have Trixie. Like, I could go on and on about how great each character was, including Diamond Tiara, whose opinions changed for the better. Now, here's Series 2 of the 3 printed ponies. I didn't think this collection would get bigger. Like, I didn't think I would possibly continue after this, but I do love the show so much, so I couldn't resist. Now, I don't want my collection to get too big still. I'm still trying to keep it as small as I can get it, because there are like so many characters in My Little Pony. A lot of them are great and likable. There are a few that are just dud characters, like, and then there's some that I despise with a fiery passion. So, we'll do Series 2 here, and Series 3 next now. Now, I'm going to say Series 2 is a little bit good. Like, I don't think it's better than Series 1. Because, like, Series 1 had, like, a lot of female characters and a couple of male characters. But in here, there's only, like, 3 new female characters and a lot of male characters. Now, I do love the male characters in My Little Pony. I also love, I love both genders in the show. Like, there's only one bad character, and then the rest are all great. I think Series 3 is something I'm definitely looking forward to, because if you haven't seen my Vinyl Scratch video, I teased, like, Rainbow Dash's parents, which I'm very excited for seeing. Like, I would say they're some of my favorites I printed. Okay, so I think that's all I have to say for the intro. So, we're actually going to go off from worst to best this time, because I went from best to worst, and ended with Diamond Tiara. And yes, I used to hate Diamond Tiara back then, but it was after Crusaders of the Lost Mark when I started loving her, which is my favorite Season 5 episode. But anyways, so without further ado, let's begin. Starting off with the only character who I hate in this collection. Now, he's not the number one worst character in general. My least favorite characters in My Little Pony ever are the Diamond Dogs, for a good reason, because they captured Rarity and made her a slave. But this is the worst character of My Little Pony Season 5. I'm going to try not to lose my cool here. Like, I don't want to blow up with anger here. So I'm going to try to be as calm as I can. This is Sven Gallup from the Season 5 episode, The Main Attraction. One of the greatest episodes in my opinion. Like, there's not any episode of Season 5 that I hate. I think Season 5 is a perfect season. But this is one of the biggest issues I have with Season 5. Sven Gallup himself. Now, I do love the main attraction. It's just the antagonist that weighs the episode down. So...
The model is nice, though.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, he has a pretty nice design.
The paint job's good.
His voice is good. I think Colin Murdoch does a pretty nice job. Now, but I hate his character personality. This is one of the biggest issues I have with most characters. Because sometimes they will have a nice design, but they will have a bad personality. So, if you don't know who Sven Gallup is, he's pretty much condescending at every tone. He pretty much, like, is a bad influence to Countess Coloratura because he makes her into Lady Gaga, which is not who she is at all. She was Applejack's childhood friend, and she had one of the best singing voices ever. And he was so rude to Pinkie Pie. He was very demanding, and he used a harsh tone to her, which is not good at all. I do love the scene where Applejack records him and pretty much exposes him to everyone, and everyone blames him for all his wrongdoings, and then he leaves. Now, what's even more insulting is that he makes a cameo in Season 6 and in Season 8. Okay, I think that's all I have to say about this character.
5 minutes.
Speaking of Countess Coloratura, here she is in all of her glory.
Oh, that's pretty. I love her hair.
Okay, now... I didn't make her just because, I just made her as a stress reliever, because I really do not like Sven Gallup at all. So I just made Coloratura as a stress reliever, like I said.
What is she wearing?
It's a dress, like...
Oh.
I
Like
tried to
vinyl.
capture.
Very nice.
Yeah, like it is black, but it's transparent as well.
I like her hair.
I really love that cutie mark as well. And she is Applejack's childhood friend, like I said. I think these two are a great duo. I love everything about Coloratura. Her singing voice is beautiful.
Here, hold this so I can zoom in on the cutie mark. Hold it still.
Okay. I think both Coloratura and Pear Butter, Applejack's mom, have the most beautiful singing voice. Especially Pear Butter, which I will talk about soon. But here's Coloratura, or Rara, if you want to call her that. So, yeah. Now, she doesn't look that accurate, but she still looks kind of close.
This shiny black is cool.
Yeah. So, the whole episode is just... Well, it starts off with Applejack giving a backstory to her and Coloratura when they went to camp as fillies. And we got to hear Coloratura's beautiful singing voice. And we got to see Applejack playing the triangle at the end of the song, which is cute.
Coloratura a musical term?
It means that she can sing high notes very loud.
Gotcha.
But her singing voice is definitely amazing. My least favorite moment is when she becomes Lady Gaga throughout a middle chunk of the episode. The end of the episode is just them redesigning her so that she looks more like her normal self. I love her song at the end. I love when everyone started crying with tears of joy. Like, well, they weren't actually bawling their eyes out. They were just, like, tearing up.
Right.
So was Coloratura at the end. I love seeing her crying as well. And she even sang the same song that she sung in the beginning of the episode when they were fillies. And again, she got to have Applejack playing the triangle at the end again.
Cool.
Which is a nice callback and a nice payoff as well. So if you do like Coloratura, please tell me. I think she's an underrated gem. Definitely one of the best Season 5 characters that they've introduced. I really wish that Sven Gallup didn't weigh this episode down and just completely ruin Coloratura's character throughout the middle chunk of the episode. There was a scene where she and Applejack started arguing about one certain thing. But it is resolved when Applejack exposes Sven Gallup like a hero. And it was nice to see Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon again. Alright, so now we've gotten those two out of the way, the rest are all very good characters. Now, picking which one of them might be a bit of a stretch, but we're going to try to see here. Okay, I think we'll start off with a character who was not on my list at all. King Sombra. Now, I do love King Sombra. He's definitely a nice villain.
Is he a vampire?
No, he just has fangs.
Well, it looks he's got vampire sideburns and vampire fangs and red eyes and the little widow's peak.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He's kind of like Terrence the Tractor, if you think about it, because he does have a widow's peak.
Yeah, he looks like a vampire.
I do love his silver boot covers and his silver necklace. I think it's supposed to be his crown.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And he has the red on his horn.
Cool.
Now, I think King Sombra looks great in design. Now, he doesn't really speak that much in Season 3, because he only, like, I don't know, he only makes a bit of sound.
Does he sound like a vampire when he talks?
No, I would say he has a pretty deep tone. Like, he was brought back in Season 9.
I love this hair.
Okay. So, in Season 9, he was brought back by Grogar, this blue goat, which is just Discord in disguise. And Discord only did this so he could boost Twilight's confidence, which was a bit unnecessary, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I do love the three villains, Lord T-Rex, Chrysalis, and Cozy Globe, but I think bringing them back only adds a bit more darkness to Season 9. And would have made Season 9 a bit creepy, because, like, there's a bit of dark humor in My Little Pony Friendship's Magic. Especially in episodes like Twilight's Kingdom, The Cutie Map, The Cutie Remark, A Canterlot Wedding, you name it. I would say that the Season 3 premiere is definitely one of my favorite premieres. I would say King Sombra is definitely one of the reasons. He is a pretty intimidating character. Like, I think every villain is well written and every villain is intimidating in My Little Pony. That's one thing I'm impressed at. Like, normally there are a lot of shows and movies with a threatening antagonist who is amazing. You got Diesel 10 from Thomas and the Magic Railroad. You got Bowser from the Super Mario Brothers movie. You have Syndrome from The Incredibles. The list can go on and on. I can literally count every villain on my hand. But I really do love King Sombra here. Even though he wasn't on my list of ponies who I wanted to make, he's still pretty nice.
10 minutes.
I mean, he was worth making. Next, we'll take a look at... Okay, one of the only other antagonists of My Little Pony. Lord T-Rex from Twilight's Kingdom.
Why does it look like the dragon and a horse?
He's a centaur. And if you don't know what that is, it's a hybrid between a human and a horse.
Yeah, but the human is the dragon.
No, he's not actually a dragon. I don't know what he's based off
It's
of.
whatever Discord is, right?
Yeah, Discord is a Draconequus.
It's very scary.
But I did use Discord's body. Because I tried to make Lord T-Rex as close to his TV show counterpart as I could. One person basically said he looks like a Funko Pop.
Yeah, it does. He's got the big eyes and the big head and the,
Now,
the vest is cool.
That's not his vest. Those are his rock hard
His
abs.
Okay.
Yes. He is a bit kind of ripped, like he's been working out.
All right. No pupils.
No. He basically has like demon eyes.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I do like his smile, and he was pretty fun to print. He was so satisfying to make. Now his horns aren't that
It's
long.
interesting.
His horns aren't usually supposed to be short. Like they're pretty much curved, like
Oh, yeah, like a goat.
yeah.
That would be dangerous.
He even has the nice little beard.
Uh-huh.
Here he is next to the main protagonist, Twilight Sparkle. I'm not gonna lie, the fight scene between him and Twilight is epic. I haven't seen like I know a little bit about season 4, episode 25 and 26. I haven't seen it actually, but I hear that it might be good. I don't know. I mean, one thing I'm not a fan of is that he destroyed the Golden Oak Library. It literally exploded because he destroyed it.
Oh my.
Which is sad, but I am happy that we got the Castle of Friendship and we got Starlight Glimmer. I would say seasons 1 through 4 are good, though if it wasn't for Starlight Glimmer, I think the show would have gotten better and better, because she literally does save the show. And which is one of the biggest reasons why season 6 is my favorite season.
Okay.
Now, season 4 does have some good episodes, but I haven't seen every episode. I might watch a couple more if I feel like it. I don't know. If you want to, please tell me. My main focus is on season 8 right now, and then after that, I probably might watch The Best Gift Ever and get back to Generation 5, because I've only seen the movie. But back to T-Rex, so I think the fight with him and Twilight is pretty cool. Now, he does suck up everyone's magic and becomes bigger and stronger, which is pretty threatening. Kind of like how Starlight Glimmer steals everyone's cutie marks. Now, I don't know who is more threatening, Starlight or T-Rex, but I'm pretty sure Starlight might be, because she did create world domination at some point. Now, T-Rex did pretend to be Discord's friend, though he did betray him and suck up his magic. And, I don't know, like, what made him come back. Like, he was imprisoned in Tartarus after Season 4 ended, which is the same place Cozy Glow got imprisoned after she was revealed to be the twist villain of Season 8. And yes, he was brought back with Cozy Glow and Chrysalis, and I'm not gonna lie, he has a pretty nice voice. So, if I can remember, like, any other things about, Twilight's Kingdom, there was a scene where Twilight's friends were locked up in a cage, and there was a scene where they didn't have cutie marks, especially Twilight. And yes, the Golden Oak Library exploded, which is pretty shocking. And I did think the fight with them was pretty nice. Like, I think Season 4 has definitely one of the more, like, shocking finales of all time. Like, the show is not afraid to take a dark tone, which is something that Thomas Friend Season 5 did with, like, a few episodes like Rusty and the Boulder, for example. But anyways, if you do love Lord T-Rex, please tell me in the comments below. So, that's 4 characters we looked at so far. So, we'll try to see if we can keep up. Alright. Now, there actually is another antagonist I should probably mention, along with King Summer and Lord T-Rex. I don't know how long we're in.
14.
Okay, so, let's take a look at one of the antagonists from the Daring Do books. And that is, of course, AHizodo. Possibly my favorite Daring Do villain of all time.
Why does their tail look like a human hand?
I don't know, his name is AHizodo, and I think that's the name of the actual creature.
It's scary.
Now, these are supposed to be human hands as well, but I didn't feel like doing that. His body is basically from, like, the legs came from a sphinx.
Mm-hmm.
He has a nice little, the hair on the back is pretty interesting. I do like his face.
Yeah, the paint scheme is nice, but man, that hand is creepy.
That's basically his tail.
Okay, but it's still creepy as heck.
But yeah.
I love that dark blue color.
I really love
and the yellow eyes. And the little vampire fangs.
Okay, so I don't know, like,
Very
many reasons
cute.
of why he's my favorite villain. He just is. I like him more than Dr. Cavallaran because all he does is capture Rainbow Dash in every episode from Season 6 onward. Like, from Season 6 to Season 7. It was later in Season 9 when AHizodo captured Rainbow Dash and Daring Do with vines, and they managed to escape. And I think he did reform in Season 9. which is pretty nice, which probably might be one of the reasons why I like him. I think Dr. Cavallaran also reformed in season 9 as well. He was introduced in season 2 along with Daring Do in the episode Read It and Weep, which is the episode where Rainbow Dash finally starts reading for once. And then she starts becoming a fan of Daring Do, and we'll see that later on in the show. There's an episode called Stranger Than Fanfiction where Rainbow Dash goes to this Daring Do convention, and she meets this pony named Quibble Pants, who is voiced by Patton Oswalt, the same person who voiced Remy from Ratatouille, which is amazing. I really love Patton Oswalt, and I love Quibble Pants. He's one of my favorite ponies. And there's an episode called Daring Done, where Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie, like, pretty much convinced Daring Do not to retire from... Actually, A.K. Earling not to retire, because she's basically Daring Do's secret identity, and the author of the Daring Do books. And we are introduced to one of the pillars, Somnambula.
Is that someone that sleeps a lot?
No, she's an Egyptian pony.
Gotcha.
Who saved one of the ponies who got captured by a sphinx in the actual show. And then it's pretty much like foreshadowing, because then Rainbow Dash gets captured like that pony, and Daring Do has to rescue her just like Somnambula did, which is clever foreshadowing, and it pays off beautifully. I think Daring Done has to be one of my favorite episodes, even though Star Glimmer isn't in it. But yeah, I really do love AHizodo. He's definitely amazing, and he has quite the name. Alright, so that's all 3 villains from this series. So we have, like, 10 more. So that's, like, 5 so far. Now, I don't know how much longer we're in.
You're 17.
Okay, so now let's take a look at another pony who was not on my list. Dr. Hooves.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if he's related to Derpy or not, but...
And it looks like Doctor Who, kind of.
Yeah, I think that's where they got the inspiration.
Yeah.
Sort of like how Daring Do is inspired by Indiana Jones.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of pop culture references in My Little Pony, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I do love all the pop culture references, especially in season 5 and...
It says Cutie Mark and Hourglass?
Yeah, it's the same cutie mark that Colgate or Minuet has.
Cool.
I do love his voice in Slice of Life. I thought he was one of the best characters of Slice of Life. That's definitely my second favorite episode of season 5, because of all the background ponies appearing. He even said my favorite line, Alonzi. Yeah, I really do love his British voice, especially Octavia's voice.
Who does his voice?
Now, I don't know the name of the voice actor, because I really haven't been, like... I can only remember a couple of them. I have, like, a list of them, like...
Gotcha.
I don't know who voices Dr. Hooves, but I'm
It's
sure...
not one of the regulars.
No, but he is voiced by a guy. Now, I do think it is interesting, like... Now, he only has a little bit of a scratch on his tail. Like, there's only a few of these that are in mint condition, and sadly, a few of these got scratched, which sucks beyond belief. Like, there's only a few ponies that are in good condition, like Rainbow Dash and Rarity. They've managed to hold up even after all these months.
Get a shelf or an organizer if you want.
I still don't feel like doing that.
Okay.
I don't want to run out of room eventually. Like, that's one of the things I'm afraid of with these 3 printed ponies. They're so massive, so I could paint the key marks on. But they're so huge in my hand. Like, so,
yeah,
like...
but relatively, they're small. They're just not tiny miniature.
They're just not tiny miniature, like you said. Though they are kind of big, like... Excuse me. But I really do love these ponies. They're some of my favorite things I've printed. Now, I don't know what else there's to say about Dr. Hooves, but he was pretty amazing as a character. I loved Slice of Life for this one reason. Like, there's also a lot of great other background ponies. You got Amethyst, you got... It was nice seeing Cranky Doodle and Matilda getting married. I love the flower ponies as well, and Octavia and Vinyl Scratch were some of the best characters of that episode. Yeah, really amazing. So, that's 6... Wait, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Do 2 more this video and then do the other half in the next video.
Okay. So now let's talk about another one of the female characters here. Here we have Auntie Applesauce, who is one of Applejack's family members.
Is she a chef?
No, she's that's her little sun visor.
Oh, okay.
And this is her hair.
Old lady haircut. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like a beehive. Cool.
Yeah. Now, I was trying to find a more rounded version of Marge Simpson's hair to like use for Auntie Applesauce, but I couldn't find one.
No, but I figured out what it was. I like it.
Yeah. This is her little sun visor, and
what's her cutie mark?
it's a bit scratched. It's basically like, I think it's like supposed to be like a stick with leaves, like
tree.
a branch.
It almost looks like a tree with roots or something. It's really cute.
Now she does have a little bit of a short tail, like other characters. Like you got Pipsqueak, Sven Gallup, and Granny Smith. But I really do like this character. Now, she's not anything too special. Like, she's not as iconic as Pear Butter and Bright Mac, or Granny Smith, or Babseed, or Brayburn.
What's her name?
Auntie Applesauce.
Gotcha.
I've said it like a few times. Now, like I said, she's not as popular as characters like Granny Smith or Babseed or Bright Mac and Pear Butter, in my opinion, or like even Applejack, Apple Blue, and Big Mac. So I really don't know what else to say about her, but she's pretty cool. I do like her. All right, now I think we'll take a look at. Okay, so we'll save this one for like later because this one is one of my favorites. So here's Troubleshoes from the episode Appaloosa's Most Wanted. Yet another great episode.
Adorable.
Now, he was one of the hardest characters I've had to make because of that main style.
And the hat. That is really cute.
But he's a pretty nice character. Like, now he's one of those more like...
I love his paint job.
He does look like a realistic horse, which is pretty cool about him. Like, I was not expecting this in an actual My Little Pony episode. Now, what sucks is that he's a one-off character. Same thing with Countess Coloratura. I really don't like it when certain characters are one-off characters. Like, I think they should appear more often. That's one of the biggest problems with Thomas and Friends. Like, you've got Teacher 6-1, you've got Derek, the Paxman Diesel, you've got the Hard Lorries, who are just one-off characters, which should get more screen time, in my opinion.
22.
But I think Troubleshoes is a pretty nice character. So the whole episode is just him being outed as a wanted criminal. The Q-Mark Crusaders help him find his purpose, because the whole reason why he has his Q-Mark is because of how unlucky he is. Like, he's always, like, screwing up all the time. Like,
is he related to Applejack family?
No, he's not related at all. Though he is country. Like, now his Q-Mark is an upside-down horseshoe, which is bad luck, if you don't know what that is. And it's pretty much the Q-Mark Crusaders helping him, like, basically they disguise him as a clown so he can, like, impress other ponies, like, entertain them. But he ends up, like, his disguise ends up falling apart, and then people know who he is, and they're about to arrest him, but then he, like, expresses his true feelings, and then everyone starts to sympathize with him and like him now. Even though he does go back to jail, I think. I love when the Q-Mark Crusaders try to break him out while Sheriff Silverstar is asleep. Like, Sweetbelle tries to get his keys, like, with her magic, which is pretty impressive. And I do like his personality as well. He's pretty deadpan, like, as well. Like, he's a bit of a depressing character. I think Mr. Incredible summed it up perfectly. He's basically like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sad sack.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't think he's as dead, like, no. Like, he is deadpan, like, Maud Pie. Like, she's a pretty, like, apathetic pony. Like, I would say Pinkie Pie's family is a little bit depressing, but not a lot, by a long shot. Like, I do love Marble Pie and Limestone Pie and Igneous Rock Pie and Cloudy Quartz, her parents, and Maud Pie is the most apathetic out of all of them. But anyways, so yeah, I think that's all I have to say for part 1.
Oh, perfect time. You're
Yeah.
24.
Okay, so comment down below who was your favorite character from this series so far. Personally, if I'm going to say who my favorites are, I'm going to say Coloratura. I pretty much love every character except for Sven Gallup. This dude is like someone I could beat up for lunch money. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!